Bismillah. Welcome back, Zoo Crew. So, today we're talking about a company that most of you are familiar with or have used at least once in your life. The company we are talking about is FedEx. So, not everyone is aware of the brilliant story that is FedEx. So, the founder, Fred Smith, um, first of all, he had this notion of, okay, let me start like an overnight shipping company where people can get whatever they want shipped to them overnight, right? And he wrote a paper about this. Like, this was his project in university, and his university professor gave him a C minus and told him this is ridiculous, this would never work, right? And funny enough, like, his professor obviously didn't know anything about business because, as I've said many times, business, it's like, or being an entrepreneur, it's something you're born with. It's not something you're going to learn in a classroom. You go to school for business school, you're just going to learn how to be an employee and climb up the ranks of a business, right? And maybe you'll become the CEO of somebody else's company. But again, a great example is the new CEO of FedEx and how he's destroying the company with all of his great ideas, right? So there's a massive difference between like business in theory and business in real life, you know? And you only get real experience or like grasp under business if you're actively in the field doing these things, right? So let's come back to the main point. This guy's company had $5,000 in the bank account and they had a fuel bill of $24,000 to pay. And he was like stressed out, like, okay, well, how am I going to pay this? He books a flight and he goes to Vegas and he gambles it all playing blackjack. And he ends up making $22,000, right? And his whole thought process was like, well, either way, like, if I don't find a way to pay this $22,000 bill, there's no way like my company's gonna survive. So I have nothing to lose, right? So he was willing to risk it all and bet on himself. And in the end, like, it worked. I don't condone gambling. I don't think it's I don't think people should go and gamble their whole life savings. But at the same time, like, if you're an entrepreneur, you want to have a business, like, most of the times people will not understand your vision until you actually pull it out of your head and bring it into the real world, right? So this guy's professor in university didn't believe in his vision, literally told him it's not a good idea, gave him a C minus just because, like, he was like, I'm being kind, so I'm just gonna give you a C minus, right? And now every year he sends his stockholders like report to this professor just as like a fuck you, like rub it in his face to be like, look, like, I proved you wrong, because nobody else could understand this guy's vision except for himself. But he believed in himself and was willing to risk it all, right? And to the point where he literally gambled his last $5,000 and it paid off. And then he was able to raise another $11 million from investor. And then, like, FedEx is like a huge company that we all know today and we all use, and I suspect it will only grow bigger with the advent of Amazon and these other kind of services where people just one click shopping and you expect the thing to arrive at your door within like the same day or like within a week. So, point being, if you want to pursue the life of an entrepreneur, most people will doubt you. Most people will not be able to see your vision. You still got to be willing to bet all on yourself. You got to have faith in your own abilities. And I guess this is why they say, like, competence breeds confidence. Like, the more you've done something and the more you like sharpen your own skills, the more confident you'll be in your own abilities, right? So that's it for today's Zoo Crew. Oh, actually, I guess before we end, I did notice my video about Alabasta being an allegory for Iran has been like blowing up. So none of my videos have ever crossed like 200 views. The most I had was like maybe 100, 120. And this one is getting close to 500, which is crazy, cuckoo bananas. Like, my mind is blown. So I might end up doing more videos where I'm like relating anime to real life or like anime life lessons, which I guess is funny in its own way because years ago I had thought about doing like a series called Anime Life Lessons or like Life Lessons from Anime. So maybe this is the universe kind of pointing me in the direction or taking this YouTube channel in the direction that we're supposed to go. But alas, like, when we reach the end of this 90-day series, then I'll have more time to kind of explore these other avenues. And I guess in a way, it's good that my like AI scheduler like stopped working because it's given me a nice little break from social media. Because I find I was wasting a lot of time just scrolling, like doom scrolling, and like just posting shit on social media. And whether that was like Twitter or like actual like stories to my IG and stuff. Whereas now, like I haven't been online too much, you know. Mind you, like I am kind of dreading this whole sitting down and like going through like downloading all the clips, downloading all the captions, and then like putting them into the scheduler and then having them like schedule. And I know the longer I delay it, the more clips and like more time it's gonna take. Because once I've like caught up to where we are, like literally it just becomes like maybe a 30 minute to an hour thing that I have to do at the end of each video. Like I'll just clip it, copy all the captions, download all the videos and put them into the scheduler. So, you know, but yeah, all in all, things have been progressing in the right direction. And as much as I'm like avoiding some of these things, like I did get the ebook finally designed. I got to make a few more tweaks in terms of like the formatting, but hopefully, like in this upcoming week, like it will be live for sale. So those of you who want to learn about credit, keep your eyes open for that, and it's going to be pretty affordable. I haven't figured out the price yet. I'm probably going to add a script to negotiate with the banks as like a free bonus for the people who buy the book. And who knows, you know, once enough people have bought the book, I'll reach out to them and ask them what they thought about the book. And maybe I'll make an updated version too. Maybe I'll convert it into like a one like video seminar or like an in-person seminar or like a course or something. I'm not sure yet, you know, but we'll see. We'll see where life takes me. I'm just like a little leaf floating along the breeze. Anyways, that's it for tonight's Zoo. Peace out.